Hey, what's up, guys? This is Austin Farrow again. I'm checking in for my 90 days since I started Carnivore. So far, it's going great. I had not had a single cheat day. I still drink water only and my electrolytes from LMNT Element. They're awesome. Orange flavor. It's definitely all I have. I tried that raw, unflavored one in the trial packet. Nope. Never drinking that ever again. It was awful. So, if you're looking into it, try the orange. There's a couple other good flavors, but orange was obviously the best. I'm a huge orange juice fan, so that's about as close as I get to it anymore. But yeah, um, so far it's going good. Um, one of the reasons I started this was foot pain, and it's not gone. I'm not going to say carnivore cured plantar fasciitis because it didn't. Um, but it definitely helped. I used to have to get out of bed, crawl to the bathroom, and slowly hold myself up till it was bearable to stand. You know, 'cause plantar fasciitis is the worst when you're not on your feet, and then you get up. Like once you get your blood flowing and everything, it gets better. But yeah, now I get up, no problem. Go to the bathroom and start making breakfast. Um, been good. I don't really have any complaints. I've been to countless events where I'm around people that are, drinking or eating cake. It's early summertime. I had grad parties I went to, birthday parties. Um, I had no issues. I was not craving cake. Wasn't craving the bad food they had. I went to a party, grad party that all they had was Italian food, and I should have planned ahead. I should have ate more earlier. So actually, I was at a car show with some friends before that, and we had lunch. And I didn't eat lunch, or I ate lunch, but I didn't have enough because I'm like, oh, there's gonna be food at the grad party, so I don't want to be rude. I still want to eat some food when I'm there. And then I get there and it's all pasta and bread, and, stuff that I don't eat. And they didn't know that. I'm not shaming anybody else for not knowing that. Like, I get it. Most people are going to eat Italian food. That's a good choice. What I ended up doing was just picking the meatballs out of one of the dishes, and I had a couple meatballs, and it got me through. I was there for a long time, and I just drank tons of water. I probably drank 8 or 9 bottles of water through that whole thing. I was there for a long time, but it was good. Um, yeah, I mean it's been you know other people are like, oh, how are you doing this? That's got to be such a struggle. It's really not. Like, I eat at home a lot, and that's nice. It saves me money. um, I meal prep for the week on every Saturday, so I work Sunday through Wednesday, so I meal prep on Saturday. That way when I wake up Sunday morning, I make my breakfast, I pack my lunch, and I'm out. um, it's been good. Eating a lot of eggs, a lot of beef, bacon. Um, I did have filled my freezer with this company that is selling meat out of a freezer truck in a parking lot on the side of the road. It was like from a farm or whatever. And they got me. I thought I was getting a good deal. I got a whole box of beef, and it had all kinds of steaks, and he's like, well, if you buy a second beef box, I'll give you the chicken and the pork box for free. And I was like, all right, cool. I ended up spending like $400, which wasn't bad for the amount of food I got. I mean, it filled my entire freezer. Like that, I'm not gonna get that at the grocery store. But when I get home, I unpack it all, and some of the stuff in there I couldn't eat. Like the chicken box had a whole bag full of chicken tenders that are fried and battered, so that's out. I just give that to friends when they come over. And there's pork chops in there that are stuffed with stuffing, I found that out the hard way, cooked one, go to cut it open, and oh, it's full of stuffing. Threw it away. Not gonna eat that. So, still trying to get through most of that food. All the beef is pretty much gone. The beef was really good. Um, it's different, definitely different from what I normally get at my local King Supers. But still trying to get through the chicken and the pork. Honestly, I don't crave chicken, and I've cooked it, and it's good chicken. But I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. I'd rather have a steak. I mean, which makes sense. That's why I started this diet. I love steak. So, yeah, today is technically day 89, but I'm going on a trip tomorrow, so I've been slacking on my videos. I wanted to get this video done before I go on this trip. So far we're doing good progress. I am down almost 50 pounds since I started carnivore. It'll be 60 pounds since my highest weight. So my highest weight after I got back from a cruise this year, or in early March, was 421 pounds. Today, I am 361 pounds, so it's pretty good. 60 pounds since my heaviest. About almost 50 pounds since I started carnivore. About a pound and a half off. But yeah, I'll just share my measurements. But so far, so good. I'm not having to go to see a doctor every week and get measured. I measure myself. I don't have to go buy their food. All these other diets I've done before, that's what I had to do. And they work for a while, but they're expensive. I live in Colorado. It's really expensive here. I live by myself in a one-bedroom apartment, paying almost $2,200 a month for rent. It's insane. But we're getting through it. Carnivore is not expensive as far as eating. It is expensive when you eat out. I'll give you that. When you got to go there and you're like, all right, well, I'll take a burger, and then you want like an appetizer, so you get like some wings or anything that you can eat that's just meat. And wings, I know they're not true carnivore, unless you go to Buffalo Wild Wings where they're supposedly fried in beef tallow. But I've ate chicken wings and I've still lost weight from day to day. It's not the end of the world for me to eat chicken wings. And chicken wings are like my favorite food, so I'm not gonna not eat chicken wings. So I prefer, if I go to somewhere and they're smoked, definitely gonna do that. But it is what it is. I do what I can. I don't go out to eat as much, but when I do, it's challenging. It's expensive. It'll be almost $30 by the end of it for just myself, and I'm not even getting a drink. I'd get water. Yeah, it's wild, but that's why you just better to eat at home, or eat before you go out and just go out with your friends and drink water. Then it costs you nothing and you get to see your friends. So, it is what it is. I'm not opposed to doing that. I have done it. Not afraid of it. But yeah, so my weight today is 361.4 pounds. It's almost 50 pounds down from when I started carnivore 90 days ago. That's pretty crazy. That's more than 2 pounds a week, I think. Something like that. My waist measured in at 53 inches. When I started this, it was at 59. Chest, 51 inches. When I started, it was at 56. And hips, 53. When I started, was at 58. So each one of those is about 6 and 5 inches less lost, inches lost. Jesus, can't talk today. My left bicep measured at 16 inches, right bicep at 15.5. Both of those were at 17 when I started. Left and right quads are both at 32 inches. And they were at 35 inches when I started. So that's a good improvement. Both my quads are still the diameter of a normal man's waist, which is still frustrating, but we'll get there. I've always had huge legs, so hopefully we can get it down and get back to a normal pant size. I am down 2 pant sizes. I was wearing a 56-inch waist when I started this. I only wear shorts. I'm a shorts guy. I have a pair of jeans if I need to go to something formal. Yeah, so I wear, was wearing 56, now I'm down to 52. Once I get down to 50, I can finally start wearing different colors because they only make black above size 50. So excited for that. And it feels like just, it's overnight. I'm like, dang, I'm really pulling my pants up a lot. I should, I take my belt loose. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of play in there. That's awesome. So that's good. It's a non-scale victory. It's going down in pant sizes. So happy about that. Where was I? Calves. So both my calves were about 27 inches before. They're now at 24.5 for the left and 23.5 for the right. Don't know why they're an inch different, but whatever. And then finally, my neck is down to 16.5 inches. I've lost about a half inch in the diameter of my neck. That's a new one for me. I've never measured my neck before, so I thought I'd throw it in there. You can definitely see it in my face. I am a lot slimmer than I was in my first video. Feeling great. Total inches, I'm at 317. That is a loss of 29.25 inches. So almost 30 inches down. Feeling pretty good about that. 30 inches down, almost 50 pounds. It's good. And that is zero exercise. I do not exercise. I'm going to start. I got to do something at the house. I'm not quite ready to go to a gym just yet. It's not really a good gym around me. I got to go pretty far out of my way to go to a gym if I wanted to. So I'm going to start doing push-ups and sit-ups and squats here. I got to do something. But I'm going on a trip for a week. My buddy Steven, we're going to Rocky Mountain Race Week. We're going to go race in Oklahoma, Texas, and Missouri, Kansas border. So that should be fun. Stay on the carnivore diet. I'm not gonna cheat. I got tons of snacks to bring. I'm gonna bring a bunch of hard-boiled eggs. Keep them in a baggie in the cooler. My favorite snack is Chomps. It's a grass-fed and finished beef stick. I usually just stick with the original flavor. I've had the jalapeno before. Both are good. But this time, I saw I got a discount for like 20% off, free shipping. So I ordered a bunch before this trip. That way I'm stocked up. I don't have to worry about getting some, terrible gas station jerky or, spending $2.50 on a 2-pack of hard-boiled eggs at the gas station, which, if you're in a pinch, whatever. But if you can plan ahead and pack everything, we'll be good. So, looking forward to that. It's going to be a good time. I'm in the process of packing for that trip right now as we leave tomorrow. I know we're going to a good burger spot called The Garage in Oklahoma City. So, I'm going to see a good buddy of mine down there. He's going to meet us for dinner for sure. But, it's a burger spot. I'm going to get a burger, get rid of the bun. I noticed I have been eating a lot more cheese than I should be, so I'm gonna cut that back. Probably bring it down to just a little bit of cheese in my eggs, scrambled eggs, and on a cheeseburger, and that's it. I mean, I shouldn't be having more than that anyways, but I got greedy and I got cheese sticks, and I'd have cheese sticks with my hard-boiled eggs at breakfast or whatever. So, gotta cut that out. I think that slows me down a little bit. I've been in the 360s for a couple weeks. Kind of just slow to get out of it. I was in the 390s for a little bit, 370s for a little bit. Now I'm in the 360s for a little bit. 380s, I blew by them like they were not even there. So that was weird, but I don't know. We'll see. So far, I don't have any complaints. I mean, I definitely say my foot pain has gotten better. It's not gone by any means. It's definitely manageable. Is a good way to put it. It still has a lot to do with the footwear you're wearing, I think. So I had the good $50 insoles in my work boots, and I swapped them out for some that looked like it but were cheaper, and I'm kind of regretting that. My right foot's been bothering me this week, so at least I'm off for this week, so I'm gonna not have to walk as much at work. We'll be at the racetracks walking around, but I also got the electric scooters for that too, so we'll see. Hopefully, foot pain will get better after this week. I'm also gonna try going back to eating more ruminant meats, beef, and see if that helps. I've been trying to dabble in the chicken that I've been trying to get out of my freezer, but like I said earlier, it's just not that great. Especially after you eat it, you're not full. I don't know. My favorite meal that I make is I have a steak, whether that be, chuck roast that it's cut up into a steak, some thick cut bacon, and some shrimp. All gets cooked in the air fryer. Super easy. Unfortunately, you gotta cook them separate times because it doesn't all like to cook evenly in my air fryer. But yeah, I call it beef, pork, surf, turf, and swine. That's what I call it. It's great. I take the shrimp, dip it in some melted butter, get that extra fat in there. It's great. It's great. I mean, other than that, I keep it pretty simple. Chuck roast steaks are the easiest. There's good fat in there. You just buy a big chuck roast, cut it up, make certain steaks. They're thick, so you got to make sure you're cooking them all the way. I did have one that was super rare, which I'm not a huge fan of. And I got through it. There's a couple times I had to go back and put it back in the air fryer because it was still moving. But got through it. I understand some people like their steaks mooing. I'm not one of them. I'm a good medium guy. But yeah, I mean, so far so good. I mean, I haven't gotten sick during this. Oh, another good fact. I was in the sun last week. 2 days, a lot. No sunscreen. And I did not get burnt. This was on a fresh haircut. I got red. Very, very light red, which is rare for me. I'm either this color or I burn. I don't have an in between. I got light red, no burn, wasn't peeling or anything like that, with no sunscreen. And I was, in a pool swimming. I was outside walking around Pearl Street Mall up in Boulder with my cousin who was here. We were all over the place, and no sunscreen, didn't get burnt. And I I really thought, like, on the other videos I've seen, all these guys saying they don't get burnt, and I was like, no way. There's no way that eating just red meat can can keep you from getting sunburn. We're gonna test this theory next week in Texas. I'm still packing sunscreen, but that that's one of the craziest things about this diet for sure. Or it's just, how did I not get burnt? I am terrified of getting burnt. You know, back when I was a kid, I got second-degree burns on my back in Disney World. I had blisters the size of quarters on my back. My grandpa was had to cut open with a pocket knife to get them to burst. It was disgusting, to say the least. So yeah, I'm not a fan of sunburns, blisters, none of that. You know, but if I don't get burnt anymore, which I can't say it's impossible. I wasn't out there sunbathing. I was just outside in the sun, walking around or in the pool. I wasn't out there trying to get tan, which I'm sure if I did that, I'd get burnt. But, for normal, everyday stuff, I used to take 15 minutes for me to get burnt. So, we'll see. Um, so far, so good. I'm liking that's like one of my favorite bonus features about this. I gotta ask my dad. He's in a trip to Roatan right now with my stepmom, and I gotta see if he got burnt or not. I'm curious. They come back tomorrow, so I gotta ask him and be like, "Hey, how'd that go?" Because for me, I was out there, didn't get burnt. Love it. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get my blood work done again in August, I believe. That's when my next appointment is. So I'll have more results. Probably another video when I do that. Um, but yeah, other than that, all I got for information is 50 pounds down, almost 50 pounds. Say 49 pounds down, 29 inches lost, and no cravings. That's huge. If you do get cravings, eat some bacon. I like that thick cut bacon. Throw in the air fryer 10 minutes, 400 degrees. It comes out nice and crispy. And whenever there's any cravings, that's the go-to. Um, yeah, it's pretty good. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in 2 months, roughly, when I get my blood work back. We'll see how that looks and compare it to what it looked like before I started this diet. So hopefully my A1C is way down. My glucose will be way down. I'm curious to see the sodium because I do drink, Element, just 1,000 milligrams of sodium every morning. And a couple other numbers in there, we're going to compare them. I wrote down all the ones that I think are important from the last video, and we'll get that data and we'll compare it. So, but for now, this is Austin Farrow signing off. 90 days of carnivore. Today is June 21st, 2024. Thanks for watching.